Yay. All right. I want to welcome everyone to our Jewel from our Jewels this morning on this wonderful Thursday morning. I hear we're getting a lot of rain in California where I'm from. That's exciting. And I think I'm here in Vegas, and I think we're getting rain today too. So we need that badly. So that's exciting. And we have a really special speaker today, which I'm so excited about. She is the other sister from last week. So don't get confused that you're seeing the same person because they are identical twins. And this one is Amy, and she lives in Southern California. Her sister lived in San Diego. And I met Amy. I don't think I met you in Hawaii. I think I met you before that.
Yeah, I think it was Super Saturday or something.
Yeah, I think it was a Super Saturday. But we got to have dinner and hang out a bit in Hawaii this last year. And I was able to go to her church while I was down there and have lunch with her family. And I just love it. This Plexus culture is such an amazing family that it's just so special. And so I'm really excited to introduce her to all of you guys. And we get to listen to her for the next half an hour. So I'm going to let her talk, and here you are, Amy.
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me. I'm very honored to be with you guys this morning. I'm laughing because when Cindy asked me, I was like, 8:30, sure, perfect. And I said no for last week because 8:30 at night I was busy. And so Emily told me, she's like, no, Amy, it's the morning. And I was like, it is? Who's ready at 8:30 in the morning? I'm such a night girl. So I got up and ready. Kids off to school. Well, almost all of them.
I know. We have a lot of moms that watch this in their car.
Yes, that's perfect because it's right after drop-offs and before preschool drop-offs, so it's perfect timing.
Yep, it is.
I was thinking about the plus of having it early.
Yeah, we like it.
Well, I'm Amy Maguinness, and I'm an Emerald Ambassador, and I am too thankful for the rain that we are having here in Southern California. And I've been with Plexus for just over 3 years, and I started with the intention to earn my product free. I've been in network marketing for years. My girlfriend Sylvia, and I think you ladies have met Sylvia before, and I met in a previous network marketing company. And my background's cosmetology, and I'm a makeup artist, so I love the cosmetics industry. I love working with women. My heart and passion is in ministry with women. And so I kind of looked at that with cosmetics industry kind of hand in hand, that I'm able to pour love onto women and show them who God is while I get to make them feel pretty and good about themselves. So I was really loving that and pursuing my passion in that. And Sylvia came to me and she goes, Amy, I found something that we need to get into. And I was like, what? Health and wellness scared me. It freaked me out. My sister, who you met last week, is a personal trainer. My brother's a personal trainer, like PE majors in my family. I was an athlete, but I just, I was more into the girly girl stuff. So it intimidated me. Like, what do I know about health and wellness? But I really prayed about it and talked with my husband about it, secretly researching it because I wanted to find something wrong with it. So that was my goal and my intention, was to find something wrong with these products. But the more I researched it, the more I prayed about it, the more and more excited I got. And I realized that my ministry could grow so much bigger with helping everyone. And so it really expanded my heart. So my words that came out of my mouth was, okay, well, I'll sign up to earn enough to pay for my husband's and my product. But I had to make the choice to leave my last company. So it was kind of like, okay, like I have to step down from my leadership position and make this choice. So we did. And after about the first 3 months, I replaced what I was doing with my previous company. The first year with Plexus, I made almost as much as I did in 5 years with my last company. So that was like, hello, this is something to this company. 2-year mark, I hit Emerald. And I'm trying to do it the short version so I can go on with my training. But I want you to really pay attention to your dreams, because Josh's dream, my husband's a CPA, works crazy, crazy hours. So I really wanted the freedom. I wanted the time freedom. Money wasn't my drive, but it's a huge blessing because our heart's in ministry to give that way. But at our 2-year mark, Josh was able to give notice at his job and be able to leave his job so he can pursue his own business and pursue his dreams without the worry and the stress of having to provide for our family, because Plexus does that. And it has been an unbelievable gift, an unbelievable journey to see how God's brought us through that. And so I really want you guys to pay attention to your dreams and what you want from this. Like, mine is time freedom. I want that family time. Our kids are only little for so long, and so I wanted that. So now he's been working from home, looking at office buildings close to home, and it's just been an amazing journey that we get to do together. So that's just a little bit of my story and a little bit of our family story. We have 3 little ones. My son Jackson's 8, my son Carter's 6, and my daughter Lindsay's 4. And we are busy starting baseball season and tax season all at once, but it's been an amazing journey. So you guys, I know what it's like to be busy. I know what it's like to be a mama, and I love that you guys are at home right after drop-offs and getting this figured out. And you have to fit Plexus. If this is something you want to work, you have to fit it into your life, and you have to make a commitment to it and be consistent. So it does not have to be hard. This business is hard at times, but it is a very simple business. So you have to stay consistent with it. So when you hit those roadblocks and you hit those hard things, you got to get your mindset right. We talk down to ourselves majority percent of the time. That's just human nature. We talk down to ourselves. So my encouragement to you is really start self-development. You really need to be saying positive affirmations, pick out scriptures that you're breathing truth into your life. If you struggle with thinking like, I'm going to be a gold ambassador or I'm going to be a diamond ambassador, say it, claim it. But you have to breathe truth into your life of why you're good at this, why you should be doing this, how you can help people. And so that's what helps me get through those moments when I'm, we all talk down to ourselves. So it's like, oh, this is hard. My team's not working. What's going on? And that's when you have to really check yourself and remind yourself, why are you doing this business? I'm doing this business to help people get healthy. I'm doing this business to help people have financial freedom. I'm doing this business to make changes in people's lives. So then I take myself out of it. You'll hear me say a lot, get out of your own way. And I didn't really understand that. I've heard this for years, especially being in network marketing. Get out of your own way. What does that even mean? Most of the time when we come up to these obstacles, it's because we are in our own way. We are making up the excuses. We are causing the problems. Our mindset's not right. We're not doing self-development. We're not following leads. We're not reaching out to new people. So it's like, I'm in my own way, not letting myself move forward. But really, it just reminds yourself to check yourself and do what you need to do. So like, I have a power plan that I do daily. I thought I had it right next to me, but I don't, so I won't get up and get it. But I'll add it to the page so you guys can see it. But it's a daily power plan. It's very simple. I actually changed a little bit in my new calendar that I have for the year. But it is a reminder of what you need to be doing in your daily activity to move forward. You don't need to worry about, I need a rock star on my team. I need a rock star. I need that person that's going to run. You are the rock star. You are the one that's going to make a difference on your team, and your team will start to grow. It's a numbers game. The larger your team gets, sure enough, there's going to be a runner that comes with you, but you always need to try to be the number one on your team. You need to be getting those new team members. You need to have awesome sales. You need to be the one doing that. So it's just kind of a reminder that those awesome people are going to come and they're going to help you grow your team. But if you really want to go far in this business and be really strong in this business, you need to be that number one on your team. So my daily plan of action is a great reminder of what do I need to be doing daily. And all of us have different time schedules. Some of us work full-time jobs. Some of us are super busy with our kids. Life happens. I totally understand that. So figure out an hour in your day, 30 minutes in your day, 15, depending what you want from this business, and make this happen. Because that 15 minutes, if you do that daily, it's really going to make a difference in your business. But there's no distraction in that time. Like, don't be answering messages on Facebook. Don't be checking your text message. If someone calls, ignore it. This is your time to focus on your business. So And following up with customers. So go through your customer list. Are you taking care of your customers? Customers are really important to take care of. We want to love on them. They will be future ambassadors, or they will lead you to new customers and new future ambassadors. So take care of your customers. So it reminds you to follow up with them. Are you handing out samples? I like to hand out samples. I know not everybody does. I'm very picky with who I give my samples out to, because people don't value it the same way as you. So you can sell your samples. You know, you can get the 3-day trial, or you can get the 7-day trial. You can sell those, or if you give out a stick of Slim, or hand out the Ease cream to somebody. But there's a little space on there that reminds you, like, have you handed out those, and who you need to follow up with on those samples. Another space is your networking leads. Who am I reaching out to? We always like to do like 5-3-1, so you're reaching out to 5 new prospects a day. So it's not the same prospects. A lot of times we have our list of 100 and our Frank's list, and it stays the same. Like, we're not really adding more people to it. You can't hound the same people over and over again. Like, you've reached out to them, you followed up with them, and you will follow up with them again in the future, but don't constantly hound the same people. You have to find new people. So expand your network. Look at different networking groups on Facebook. Look on different networking groups in person. We have Chambers of Commerce. There's different mommy groups. There's your social circles at church, your social circles at kids baseball or school. So really look at your networks and build relationships, because this business is not going to be a quick one. You're not going to grow, build those relationships overnight. And some people will jump on with you right away, but most it's a trust business. So you have to build relationships. And so I love that, because I love relationships. So I feed on that. So as I'm building those relationships, it may turn into a Plexus relationship in the future, and it may not. It may be a blessing in a different way. So don't let that be your only focus while you're making these friendships. You want to be genuine and true and really love on people, but meet them where they're at personally. Plexus may not be for them right this time, but in a year from now, their situation may be totally different. So if you have that relationship and friendship, it will help you grow and move forward as well with your business. Sorry, I kind of went off sidetrack on my notes. But so expand your network. So that's another reminder for expanding your network. So 5 new contacts a day, depending on what you're doing. If it's 2, I watched a video of Brenda Martin last year. She's the mom of 11, Diamond Ambassador, and she said she doesn't go to bed at night without reaching out to at least 2 people every day. She's like, I can be in bed and I will get out of bed out to those 2 new people. So make that commitment to whatever number that is. It doesn't have to look the same as mine or Cindy's. Like, make that commitment to whatever it is, and you'll be moving forward in your business. So reach out to those people. Follow up with 3 people every day, and then reach out to one of your ambassadors. So whatever that 5-3-2-1 looks like, but that power plan kind of breaks it down for you. Reminds you to follow up with your ambassadors. So it's basically working your full business of seeing your customers, seeing ambassadors, and who are your potentials. So I love that power plan. It breaks it down right in front of you, and it reminds you to work this business and work the basics of this business. We get so lost in getting busy on Facebook that we think we're working and we're not. So when we take that time and go through this list, it really helps us focus. Also, to kind of rewind and go back to self-development, right now I'm reading the book John Maxwell, 15 Valuable, I can't remember, 15 Laws of Growth. I can't remember the word in the middle. I was going to look it up really fast. There it is. It is a fabulous, invaluable, start it. John Maxwell, 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. I don't know if you can see it on my Audible. Fabulous book. This book, it doesn't matter where you're at in your business. I'm like, wow. Like, I love listening to John Maxwell, so I enjoy doing it on Audible. If you read it, my sister said there's actually notes in the back that you can like review each chapter. So that's pretty cool of really expanding. And I laughed because a bunch of us are reading it without realizing that all of us were reading it. So we were all chatting about it last night. Like, this is great. But it really opens your eyes of how you're stopping yourself. And so how the growth isn't happening because of something you're doing. So it's like, okay, how can I continue to grow? So self-development is really an important part of this business. So you really want to pour into yourself while you're pouring into your team. Because if you're not pouring into yourself, you're not going to be able to pour into your team and grow that way. But yeah, John Maxwell, 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. Another great one that kind of opened my eyes in a different way is, I'm not sure if If you were at Leaders Retreat, Carrie Wilkerson, Barefoot Executive, amazing book. I read that one right before the John Maxwell, and it just opened your eyes because it's not a network marketing book. It is a business book. And so she really talks about the different avenues of growing your business and life and believing in yourself and having those dreams, but how to do it. Like, how are you building your networks? How are you expanding this? Do you have networking circles? So she really kind of opened your eyes with a different perspective of how to work this business. So I really want to encourage you to check that book out as well. When it comes down to this business and moving forward, it's simple. Just remember that. Stay consistent. Keep it simple. Don't stress out about things that happen. If you have those moments, pray about it. Reach out to Cindy. Reach out to your sideline sister, your power partner that's going to help you push forward through those mountains, because they will come up. Things will happen. People will stop. But you should just keep pushing forward. Also, one thing I've noticed with my team this last year, I felt like there was like a shift in where we started just signing people up rather than just building customers. So it changed kind of the dynamic of our team a little bit. And this year I've been really focusing on, don't just sign people up. You want to have a great customer base. Not everybody's going to be an ambassador and, rock this business. So you want to build that strong customer base. Love on those customers. Let them love the product, because a happy customer is going to be an amazing ambassador. So don't always feel that, always give the 3 options. I always tell them the 3 options: retail, preferred, ambassador, and tell them why. But when I get to ambassador, I say, if you know that you're going to be selling to your mom, your sister, and your cousin, and you're going to be so excited and sharing, and you want to earn some money or even earn your product for free, then this is the way to do it. Otherwise, if you're just like, I want to try it, figure it out, then let's be a preferred customer. So that way I kind of work them through those different options so they can kind of get their eyes open, which, not to say that some people come in and go, I want wholesale, and I know it. That was me, because in the back of my head, I knew I'd work this. So don't stop people, but I want you to educate people so you have solid team members and amazing customers. So treat your ambassadors, especially the newbies, like you treat your customers. So you're constantly loving on them, checking on them, getting them through the die-off symptoms. But yes, those are my tips for the morning. If anybody has any questions, because I could go on and on, but
I have a question.
Yes.
What about a person that has worked this, maybe been in the business maybe 2 years or so, and possibly got to gold, close to senior gold, and then life happened, and they just had to step back or whatever, and their whole team kind of stepped back. What kind of advice can you give to those kind of people?
And that's hard. That's really hard when you've hit that moment and it's like, oh man, am I supposed to be doing this? You start to like self-doubt yourself, like what is happening? And I want to encourage you that happens. I've seen it happen on my team. I felt things like that happen, but you have to continue to move forward. So that's when, kind of like when I was saying, like, you want to check yourself and go, okay, so sit down and start working this business like you're the only one on your team. Like, you need to sit down, make your new list of 100, make your dream team list, pick a self-development book and start working, because that's what it comes back down to. Is it's like, we're going to hit those roadblocks all the time. I mean, it doesn't matter what position you are in this business. You can be a brand new ambassador and you can be a diamond ambassador. You will hit roadblocks. We're in the people business, and people will tell us no, and we can't get our feelings hurt about it, and people will leave, and people, different things come up, but it's nothing personal. It's business, and it just may not be for them at this time. And so you need to remind yourself why you love Plexus, why Plexus has changed your life. And remind yourself of the customers and the ambassadors' lives that it's changed. Like the testimony night, Cindy, that you do is just like, we're doing one on Sunday, which I'm super excited about. But just to remind ourselves of the testimonies and how these products are helping people, will breathe belief back into you so you can keep moving forward. So yeah, you will hit those hard moments, and it is discouraging, but you have to brush it off. Basically, like, fail forward. You have to just keep moving and pushing forward, because it will make you stronger, and you learn from the mistakes that you made along the way, and you know how to grow stronger. So I would say, if you're in that spot, you've lost gold, you need to re-rank, working forward, work on yourself, work on your personal team, just as if it was your first day as an ambassador. Still love on your ambassadors that are there. Don't neglect them, but you need to have your focus be, okay, who are my 3 new customers that I'm going to get this month? Who are my 3 new ambassadors that I'm going to get this month? So that way you are constantly moving your business forward, and it will slowly build back, and it will build back that much stronger.
Mm-hmm. That's very good. Does anybody want to unmute and if they have a question for Amy, feel free to right now.
I have a question.
Oh, perfect.
It's just kind of going along with what you asked. So would you, the people that you had underneath you that were encouraged at one point, that have maybe lost all their people too, would you, is there thing that you would you email them or try to get back in contact with them to get them to send emails out to possibly their people to see if we can check in, or do you just kind of just grow your own team again?
Oh, that's a great question. If you have people that are like, they still want this and they're just kind of in that stuck position as well, you guys need to power up. Like, brainstorm together. If there's a couple of them, do a Zoom call of just you guys and say, okay, look, and be real. Like, I mean, it's being real with each other. Like, this is where we're at. What are we going to do to push forward? So then you can kind of brainstorm together and you're kind of uniting together to power forward. So yeah, I would say to have a powwow together and positive. Like, you have to keep control of that, of keeping it positive, because it will be easy when you are struggling to make it a negative call, but in order to push forward, you have to make it positive. So like, I know we're struggling, and so we need to reset our minds. So whether you do a book together or something that helps you push forward, but how are we going to build? And so then you want to encourage them, like, they can reach out to those team members and just to touch base. It may not even be about this, but if they touch base with that team member and you're touching base with past team members, just to say, hey, how are you? I just wanted to check in. You're building a relationship with them, and it may turn into something more. So that way they're not feeling, the person on the other end, you know, life happens. You know, they may have, Plexus may not even be anywhere in their mind, and then you're reaching out, man, all she wants to talk to me about is Plexus. But it's like, but if you reach out, hey, how are you? How's life going? You're connecting with them in a different way. And then that time will come when they're ready to, like, oh, I should really reach out to Francis about Plexus. So you can start building relationships that way with your past team members as well. But definitely teach your ones that want to do this to work their own business with you. So yeah, so you want to love on those ones and powwow with them, really power up with them to move forward. That's what I would do.
Okay.
Great. Anybody else have a question for Miss Amy? Mrs. Amy? So tell us a little bit about your sister and you, how that all started. Like, did you started first and then you called her and said, hey, let's do this, sis. How'd that go? Because
Yes.
a lot of us have sisters or family members that maybe possibly don't see it like we see it. How did you get that belief into your sister?
Well, my sister told me, no, don't do it. And she's never an ambassador.
That's my sister right now.
She's like, what are you doing? You don't take things to lose weight. Because in my head, I was like, I want to lose lots of my baby weight. Like, it looks good. And she was like, Amy, you don't take things to lose weight. Like, what are you doing? And I was like, no, it looks good. And I did my research. And I reached out to our sister-in-law about it, who's really picky and about it. And Emily's like, no. So Emily started like researching. But meanwhile, like, I already signed up because I'm like, well, I'm doing this. So Emily was researching, you know, she's a personal trainer. She took it to her nutritionist at work. She took it to one of her clients, you know, who's a doctor and biochemist. Like, she was taking it to like she was a skeptic. And like 2 weeks later, she's like, all right, I'll support you. And she signed up to be my preferred customer. She's like, I'll try it and see. And as she probably said last week, but she's like, I couldn't have you looking better than me. So, so she was like, I'll try it. And then in 2 weeks, she started noticing huge changes in the way she felt through her body, that she was like, I need to do this. And her personality is a little different than mine. We're very, very similar. But she's more reserved than I am. And I've been in network marketing for years. And she has done it to, like, you know, help me or be on my team or something, but never to where she did it. So she kind of thought, that's Amy's thing. I'll never be there. So she kind of dealt with more of the self-doubt. Like, she's like, I couldn't imagine getting to gold, let alone emerald. So she's like, so as all of a sudden her business started to grow and take off. And so we really power partnered through this, which we're not, you know, she's in San Diego, we're 2 hours apart, but we chat on the phone, we brainstorm together, we kind of power together to figure out how to grow our business. And she has a very strong, solid business. So it's kind of cool to see, like, somebody who really hasn't done network marketing, who didn't have the belief that she could go far in it, see her, like, it's happening. And her passion is let stay-at-home mamas be home with their babies. And Plex is such an amazing tool to do that. So we always will say, like, don't let our babies be our excuse. They need to be our reason. They need to be our reason why we push forward. They need to be our reason that's going to give us more time with our families. So do know you may have to sacrifice a little if you go to that meeting and, you know, take away from your kids for that little bit. But in the long run, it's going to make a huge difference for you to be able to stay home, provide for your babies, and teach them about business and teach them about how you love on people and how you grow. So you can do so much with your families involved in this business. So don't let that be your excuse. Let's be your reason. But it's been fabulous to work with my sister. So yeah, and then our other sister blocked us on Facebook.
Love it.
She didn't block us. She unfollowed us. She's like, I can go look at your page when I want. Because I said, then you don't see my kids. I don't put this all the time. And she's like, I'll just go look at your page when I want to. I'm like, you're a brat.
Yeah, I have family like that too. It's true.
Don't let it discourage you if you do have family that's like, man, you know, that aren't that into it. Emily was totally no. And now she's a, you know, Emerald Ambassador on my team working with Sapphire. So.
I have one more favor to ask of you, because I know you're really big with prayer, and I didn't know if you could end us in prayer and just kind of pray over all of us, because I know, I think that would be, God just laid that on my heart to ask you to do that. So.
Yeah, I would love to do that. Oh, thank you guys so much. This has been
Thank you for doing that for us.
My pleasure. Anytime. Mm-hmm. But, okay, great. Dear Heavenly Father, I just praise you for this group. I just praise you for their hearts and their passion and their dedication to get to this fall and working in their business. And I just ask for you to pour your many blessings over them, Lord God. I just ask for you to open up opportunities and open our eyes to those opportunities, that we see that if somebody needs help in this way, that you just lay it on our heart and make it known so we can be bold. So help us to be bold to move forward, to expand our businesses. And help us to seek you in all that we do, Lord God. When we hit those roadblocks, when we hit those hard times, that we just lay it down at your feet and know that you will equip us to be the best leader we need to be, that you will equip us to be who we need to be. You know who we are meant to be, and we just ask that you just show us and open our eyes and our hearts to that, Lord God, and how you can use us to glorify you. And I just pray for our customers, that you help them see the health benefits that they're seeking, and for our ambassadors, that you help them with their health benefits, as well as the financial freedom and the time, and just fill those dreams, Lord God. And our dreams are so small compared to what you have for us. So I just pray that you open our eyes to that and help us work hard, and help us not grow weary in doing good, because we do know in due time you will reap the reward of keep pushing through, Lord God. And you are a good, good Father. I thank you for the friendships and relationships. I just pray that you just bless our business. We just lay it down before you and give it to you, and all glory to you, Lord God. And I praise you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Amy.
Oh, my pleasure.
It's been a perfect morning. I love Thursday mornings for this reason right here. And we're just so thankful that you were able to spend this time with us and learn so much. And I just want to thank you and hope you have a wonderful day today. And everybody that's on this call too. And I hope you were all blessed. I know I was big time. So thank you very much. If you want to unmute and we can stop the recording, we can thank her and say goodbye.